Tonight, San Francisco police investigating yet another assault on an Asian man and woman amid an alarming surge of these attacks. The 75-year-old Chinese woman says she was just standing at a traffic light when a man punched her in the face.
I feel like I'm being set up for something.
No. I think it's good. I think it's gonna be good. So with recent events, right? How do you guys feel about Asian Americans or Asians in general feeling like they might be getting targeted or just not being happy at the current moment? Some of them. So like, what's your opinion about it? What's your advice or things like that?
That is a good question. I think that with the recent events and people targeting Asian people is awful because it's not their fault per se. Where people are getting angry, like how can you target one specific person?
I agree.
And take your anger out on them. It's just misplaced aggression and anger and unfair.
Yes, I agree. I think it's being a lot more highlighted. At first, it was kind of like, not really. And then a couple of events happened with the basketball player a couple of weeks ago when they called him coronavirus. I was like, man, that's messed up. And then the stuff that happened, was it yesterday or a couple of days ago? So I don't know if it's being coordinated or if it's just a coincidence. That's all this is happening right now. But whatever, it's still not right.
So what do you think might be the results of what's happening right now in terms of what could cause it, or what can people do for the healing to start or for things to get better?
Oh gosh. Just be kind and love each other. Be opening to having conversations and looking at facts and trying to take the emotion, the hate and fear out of things. Kind of diffuse it a little bit. Just kindness and understanding.
So one more last little thing. From what I feel like I noticed, right? I feel like it's like Asian Americans or Asians in general, now people are showing like the different level of discrimination or feeling like I'm being attacked or things like that. It seems like they join in a group or they have already been part of the group, such as like the Black Lives Matter movements, or even in Africa right now, Senegal's going against the president, feeling like corruption or things like that. So do you guys feel like that too? Do you feel like, okay, it's like the Black Lives Matter thing was happening right now, so they're going through a huge thing right now, so is it just showing that there's more in minorities or whatever, there's more like, I don't know. What do you understand where I'm trying to go?
I kind of think, I just think it's any minorities, Black, Hispanic, Asian, any, shouldn't really be targeted at all. It's just happening now that Asian Americans, unfortunately, are being, I'm not saying the flavor of the month, but it's just happening right now. And like she said, I think for the healing process, you just have to respect everybody. Like everybody. And if we can do that, and we can, we can, we can get not past this, because you can't really get past it, but at least learn from it and then just know, hey, any minority, and not even minority, just everybody just has to be treated fairly.
I agree. Well said.
All right, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I do think that the Asian American, that the recent events are caused by all of the rhetoric that we've had against, just in general, that's just so bitter and divisive in our country right now. And I think that that's just something that my advice, it's so hard to think into that it's something as basic as just being kind. And looking at people and understanding people and having empathy. That's what it really boils down to. I don't know. It's become such a problem that it's like saying something like that just seems so not enough.
Yeah.
And it just feels like it's not enough right now, and it's painful. But I think that all we can do is we can only do what we can do, you know. And so having a dialogue like this and being able to just talk about it, two people together, is, you know, an awesome thing. So yeah, you know, none of that sounded, you know, and it is the sort of thing that it just sounds so so trivial. But yeah, I think that especially the impact, what I thought about when it happened, was the idea of just women in general and disenfranchised women, and that this was something that, especially, you know, it's Women's History Month, and that, you know, we gloss into Women's History Month and look at the glossy figures in it, but we're not always digging deeper, and we need to be digging deeper.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, thank you.
What's
for
your
doing
name?
This.
Sorry.
This is awesome. You know.
What's your name?
My name is Dana.
Dana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome.